Hey guys, AndCap24 here from SmartMadden.com, bringing to you another video that's going to highlight the play Saints in out of the gun tight offset tight end formation that we're doing a whole scheme series on out of the Saints playbook. Now what we're going to do here is show you the second video to this play. If you haven't checked out the first one, it's definitely a play in which we went ahead and broke down how the Saints in play can beat man press coverage, especially the one out of quarters that everyone leaves that middle player in a spy, and it's been really kind of a tough formation to beat because of the 5 DBs plus the two safeties, and just kind of makes it more of a max coverage. Now we're going to go ahead and dive into how to beat zone coverage with this play in order to add it to your arsenal if they go back and forth, or you think they're in man and they come out in some type of zone. We're going to go ahead and give you the ability to beat those now. So let's go ahead and take a look at Saints in. We're going to be using the halfback one package, and we're going to look at cover 3 today. So we're going to be able to go ahead and show you several different cover 3 beaters today. We've got several different one-play touchdowns, and we also got a lot of dink and dunk for those players that like to be a little bit more methodical down the field, kind of do that little bit of a possession game, if you will. So this first cover 3 beater is a one-play touchdown, and it's got to be done from the left hash mark. The setup is going to be to put the X on a streak, the A on a streak, motion the B over, and block your running back. Now there's two options on this play on how to get the players open, and it all depends on this B route, okay? The ideal situation is to get this X receiver open, and we're going to be able to throw to his back left shoulder for the easy score. What happens there is if the B receiver goes ahead and he attacks that middle linebacker, if he gets slowed up, what happens is that free safety is going to rotate to the A receiver, because in cover 3 he's going to cover the middle third of the field. And because the A is going to be the biggest threat in the field, you're going to see that he's going to rotate to the A, leaving the X open. Now, the reason why the left cornerback doesn't go after the X is because his Y does a nice bumper route. It hits the sidelines and goes up the field, occupying him just enough time to be able to throw this X over the top. Now, if the B does not get bumped and he gets a free release, what you're going to see is that that free safety is going to be a little bit more tentative of rotating to the A, and we're going to have the ability to sneak the ball over the top to the A depending on that. So really what I'm looking at is originally the B receiver, how does he get down the field, and then I react to the X or the A throw depending on how the free safety goes. So let's go ahead and show it to you here. So let's go look at that B receiver. So he gets a little bit of a bump. That hesitation is going to make that guy go to the A receiver, leaving this X receiver right open in the seam. Okay. Now let's go ahead and run it a couple more times just to show you in case the A receiver does be the one that you're looking at here, and just kind of go from consistency purposes. Okay. So you got the X and the A on streaks, the B got moved over, block your running back. Watch that B receiver. He gets not bumped that time. You're going to be able to throw this ball to the right side to the A receiver due to the fact that that free safety had to honor that B route. This next cover 3 beater can be done anywhere on the field. However, the left side to me has the best ability for the one-play touchdown. When you put it in the middle or the right, I kind of look at a 25 to 30 yard gain, and I'm happy with that. But the left side's got the best ability. So I'll show it in the left, and I'll kind of move it over so you can see from there the difference on them. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the X on a slant, the Y on a curl, and put the A on a streak and block your running back. So that's your setup right there. What's really nice about this, it doesn't scream home run play because of how slow it develops. The X has a nice cut in the middle for the slant, is usually the first player that a user is going to look at because he's got a slant route. A lot of people are going to say that's your first read. Now, the Y stops, making that one free safety kind of get a little bit closer to the field, while the B goes ahead and beats him over the top. So let's go ahead and watch it here. You're going to see that the X goes around. You're not expecting this to be a home run threat. Now it is, and you're going to be able to get this field down the field pretty easily. Now you don't have to throw the big majestic throw. You can definitely throw a bullet. It all depends on what type of time you have. But you can see, let your player do the running for you. It's going to be a little bit more consistent that way. So let's try it again here from the middle now. X on a slant, Y on a curl, A on a streak, block your running back. You can see that's the setup there. Watch how the X goes across. It doesn't scream home run throw. Now you're going to see here it's going to be the same success because the player that's going to cover him is going to be that right cornerback. He stops in the middle of the field. Let me show it to you on Insta Replay. Now let's go ahead and watch this cornerback over here. What you're going to see is here Norman is going to be covering him, but on the sharp angle, you're going to see as soon as he gets to right about where the hash marks are, he sees that Julio Jones is more in his area than Eric Weems is at this point. He peels off, leaving this player wide open for the easy catch and score. So now we're going to go ahead and show you from the right hash mark how this play works. It's going to get the same reaction from the DB as it did from the middle of the field. It's just going to take a little bit longer from the right hash. I do not suggest that this is a play that you use if a player is blitzing or he has high block shed, or if your O-line just can't hold up. This is definitely a little bit less consistent of a play due to the fact that you have to have the time to make it work. The reaction will happen all the time. It's just, do you have enough time to throw the ball on here? I want to make that disclaimer first, but I do want to show you that it does work on the right hand side if you do have a superior O-line or the guy is playing more of a drop cover 3 to make this work. So let's go ahead and do the same setup with the X on a slant, the Y on a curl, the A on a streak, and block your running back. Okay, so now I want you to do is watch the DB on the right hand side and watch exactly how he follows that player, the B receiver, to the hash mark and stops and tries to peel off to the A receiver, leaving the B open. Once you see that he does that, you're going to be able to fire the ball to the B on a bullet and be able to let him do the rest after the catch. So let's go watch it now. So keep your eye on that B receiver and the DB next to him. As soon as he gets to that hash mark, he's going to stop, freeing up this player for the easy catch and score, as long as your O-line has enough time to let you throw that ball. So this next cover 3 beater is going to be a right hash only beater. We're going to be able to get to this unique B route. What we're going to do is put the Y on a streak, the A on a streak, and move the A to the right hand side. That's going to create a nice spacing for the B receiver to be able to get into a nice little soft spot in a cover 3 zone. You can be able to throw it in 2 different windows. You can either throw it a little bit earlier, or you can throw it to where he gets about to the middle of the field when the Y receiver makes a nice little shield for him on that free safety. Either or is going to be a nice option to be able to have 2 different windows to throw it to him. And let's go ahead and show it to you here. So watch the B receiver, and you're watching for him to get open. He's right there in the middle. You're going to be able to pass lead it up and be able to get that nice throw in the seam if that strong safety kind of does his initial break towards the line of scrimmage. If he doesn't, we're going to wait a little bit longer to the B receiver. We're going to throw it more towards the middle of the field, but we're going to try to read that and throw it to where we get him open by our throw rather than the actual space that we've created. So let's go ahead and look at it here again. Watch the B. You can see here, now we can kind of throw it right there again, kind of shield him because of what it is, but that play will be open from the right hash mark due to the space that we're able to make by the route combination. So we're going to move the ball to left hash for the next several cover 3 beaters. This happens to be one of my favorite setups because of the flexibility we have to beat cover 3 over the top and also beat man coverage to the left hand side. So let me show you the setup here. What you're going to do is you're going to put this X receiver over and you're going to put him on a curl while putting the A on a streak and blocking your running back. This is the setup right here. What you're going to see is that you got the Y receiver is a really great man beater. You got the speed out going to the left hand side. Then you've got the over the top to the B receiver for the easy one play touchdown. This is a left hash only play. What I want you to see here is that it works best because of the speed relationship between the A and the B receiver. I talk about this all the time, but I want to make sure that you guys understand it, and that's why I keep on making sure that you get this embedded in your head. The difference between the receiver A and B is about a 7 speed rating. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow the A receiver to drive everybody off of the play while the B receiver goes ahead and gets behind him because all the deep coverage is got all the attention on the A, allowing that B to get open. Now, this route in itself can definitely afford to have a little bit faster of a receiver because of the angle and the way it cuts, but on a normal post, you definitely want to make sure that you have a slow receiver there. So let's go ahead and watch it here and see how it unfolds. Watch how the A is going to drive everybody away, while the B just kind of slips in there. Nobody's around him for the easy catch and score. So this next cover 3 beater is going to be a play that we're going to be able to get to either the X or the A, very similar to a setup we showed you before, but we're going to use a different route combination to make it work. We're going to put the X on a fade, and we're going to go ahead and block your running back and move this B receiver over and put him on a zig and streak your A. Okay, so that's the final setup there. What you're going to see is that this X receiver a lot of times is going to be covered at first, but as soon as the Y hits the wall and goes up the field, the guy kind of releases the X to nobody and lets him get open. Now the A receiver also is an additional route that you're going to be able to throw open if that free safety goes ahead and covers the X, kind of like the first setup we showed you. So let's go ahead and show it to you now. So let's go ahead and watch that X receiver and see how he gets open. Right now, the guy overcommitted to the X, leaving this A open on the right-hand side, which is definitely a secondary throw that I always watch in case that free safety doesn't rotate the way I want him to. But that's not the intention of the play as far as the play design. The play design is really to get this X open, but you can see that that is an option for you if the guy doesn't react the way that we intend. So let's watch it again here and show you that we're hoping for the X to get that reaction, and sometimes you have to hold out a little bit longer to get it, but obviously if you see the A open, you want to throw it to him first. So watch it and develop again. See here that the B, here's the X. See, we're holding off. See how that guy goes ahead and jumps the bumper route, leaving the X wide open, and that is the design of the play. Let me show you this on instant replay and show you what I'm talking about over here. Watch this DB. We're going to kind of just zoom it out here, show you. He's going to go ahead, he's watching the X, he's watching the X. See how he's covering him? Now watch this receiver on the left-hand side, Roddy White. As soon as he goes up the field, now watch what the DB does. He's like, oh gosh, that guy's more in my zone than the other guy is, leaving that guy open, and you're going to see how open that play is. And that's the play design that we created here at smartmadden.com. This next cover 3 beater is going to be a left hash mark only, and there's reasons for that I'll get to and explain to you in a second here. But this is one of my favorite setups because of its versatility. You're going to be able to have a nice dump-off pass if any type of blitzing. You can use the dump-off pass as your main throw, but you also have the ability to go over the top if you have the protection that you need. So what you're going to do here is you're going to put the X on a drag, you're going to put the Y receiver on a motion to the right, put the A on a streak, and block your running back. What that's going to do is you're going to be able to get this X open on the right hand side on the drag due to the B receiver. Now the B has a nice outside angle release to where he keeps the one player that's supposed to go in the flat at bay backing up because that guy is in his zone before the X reaches his zone from the left hash mark only. If you put it in the middle or the right, you're not going to get the same reaction because the X receiver is going to get to his zone quicker, making him jump the route quicker. So this is kind of a quicker throw to the drag. You're going to get a good, consistent 5 to 7 yards off the catch, and then whatever you can be able to extend after the run is up to you, but usually I get about 7 to 10 yards pretty easily on this throw. So let me show you that first throw first before we go for the over-the-top throw. So you watch the X receiver and how everybody backs up, and you're going to be able to throw this ball underneath for the easy 7 to 10 yards. It's kind of very similar to what the 4 verticals with the under drag concept is, and we're going to be able to create that out of this formation. Now, what we're also going to be able to create out of this formation is the ability to use a route over the top in conjunction with this to really be able to get your opponents to get a little frustrated, because a lot of times if the guy's a middle user linebacker, he's going to have to cover that X manually in order to go ahead and stop that play while you're going to be able to throw it over the B and doesn't allow him to get the depth that he wants. So let's go ahead and watch here. The X is going to be open on the right, but we're going to leave it, and we're going to be able to throw it to the B receiver in the middle for the easy one-play touchdown. You can be able to do both sides on the left hash, and that's what's great about that play. So that's going to be it for the one-play touchdown setup. So now we're going to go into more of the dink and dunk, kind of use the short game to your advantage in order to draw the defense in to be able to set up the one-play touchdowns over the top later in the game. Now this first setup is going to be going to the running back, and what we're going to do is kind of show you a concept in which we can get the running back open on a quick hitter through the line of scrimmage in order to kind of sneak in once in a while against the defense. This is not a play that I want to say you want to go to over and over and over again, because you can definitely get baited by the middle linebacker user if you do that, but you want to be in control when you use this play, because it's going to be something that they're not going to expect to get hit up by, and you're going to be able to get some quick yardage because of it. So now let's go ahead and show you the first setup. And what we're going to do here is you're going to put the X on a flat, you're going to move this Y receiver, and you're going to move him to the right, and you're going to put the A receiver on a smart route. And what that's going to do is going to create a nice buffer for this RB, because that Y is going to kick out that middle linebacker to the left, the A is going to drive the player above him deeper, and we're going to be able to throw this RB as soon as he crosses the line of scrimmage. We're really trying to bullet to him as soon as possible, trying to have him catch it on the run for the easy 5 to 10 yard gain. So let's go ahead and watch it here. Watch that RB get through there, throwing it right there. And you can see how we get that lead block on that middle linebacker and be able to set that up real easily. So let me show it to you again here for consistency purposes. X on a flat, move this guy over. A on a smart route. And let's go ahead and watch it here. Watch as the RB goes across, and you're hitting him as he goes up the field, and you're just attacking that one spot that was created when the middle linebacker left. Now there's a second setup here. We can go ahead and put the X on a slant and move him to the right and get the same effect. I feel like this setup will get the middle linebacker to be even further more to the left-hand side, because it's a quicker hitter and you're going to be able to get to this RB just as easy. So watch here, and you're going to see how you're going to get that easy play. And it's not something, like I said, you want to do it every play, because it's going to be something that they're going to try to bait you on. But if they don't expect it, this is a real quick hitter that's just kind of, you want to throw early in the game, in my opinion, so that they have to respect that running back as the first thought in their mind. You know, it's one of those that, you know, you do a inside zone early in the game, or you do a quick toss early in the game to show them that that's something that you're willing to go to, that they've got to adjust their defense for. This is a type of throw that they're going to have to adjust their defense for, because they have to watch that that running back initially, and if you cause a little bit of a delay in their ability to watch other routes, you're ahead of the game, and I want to make sure that you know that, right? So there's one more setup that we can do that's similar to this, that we're going to be able to go ahead and use this to our advantage. And what we're going to do here is we're going to put the X on a fade, and we're going to go ahead and put the Y on a flat, and we're going to motion this player over to the left. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a 1-2 punch where, against cover 3, the left side is going to be cleared open for this A receiver to be a one-on-one with the middle linebacker that has to decide, am I covering the running back, or am I covering the A receiver? And that's just going to be a 1-2 punch read. And most of the time, if you were just going against the computer, he's going to kind of go towards the A receiver, leaving the RB open. But if we've established this where the guy has to stay and watch the RB, then that opens up that A receiver for you for the easy pocket throw, where that one DB gets pushed out by the wide receiver, leaving that soft spot in the zone. But I'm going to show you here, you can see that the RB is going to be open just the same with that, and see how we can do a quick hitter if we're not going against the middle linebacker user. But if you were, what we're going to do here again is show you that the X goes ahead and goes on a fade, the Y on a flat, and you're going to be able to hit this A receiver. I'm going to simulate throwing it to the A receiver just because I want to show you where it would be, but most likely that middle linebacker is going to be more closer to him. And you're going to see here that you're going to be able to throw in that one spot, but if that middle linebacker wasn't there, it's going to be an open spot because he was covering the running back. So this last cover 3 beater for this video is going to work best to the wide side of the field, meaning if you're on the right hash, you want to run this stock. If you're on the left hash, you want to go ahead and flip it. But for the most part, you're going to be able to run it mostly from the right side. You can also run it from the middle, but my favorite way is to leave it stock, run it from the right side, and show you exactly what we can get. It's a good 6 to 8 yard gain, and we're going to use the speed out to our advantage. All we're going to do is motion him to the left-hand side, put the X on a fade. What you're going to see is that X is going to get the attention of the left cornerback just enough to where the Y beats that 1 DB to the corner, and you're going to be able to throw it to him just on the easy out pattern for about 6 to 8 yards. You do want to block your running back just for extra protection. That way there's no A-gap, B-gap blitzes that get to you right away. And what you're going to see is you're going to be able to fire this to the wide receiver. Make sure you hold down that A possession catch, and that's going to be easy 6 to 7 yard gain, like I said before. And it's just another one of those, like I was mentioning about the defense respecting it. If it's in the back of their mind, you're ahead of them, guys. It's just one of those deals that you want to control how the defense reacts. You want them to have to react to you. If they're always in a reactionary position, you have the advantage. You know, if on this play They're worried about the running back going in the middle. Now they're worried about the Y. They've got to make all these pre-snap adjustments, and you know what they can't do? They can't set up their blitzes. And that's what we teach you here is you control the game at smartmadden.com. So let's go ahead and show you here. Again, Y on the out. Put the A possession, and you got that easy 7-yard gain, guys. So this is the video cover 3, Saints in. I appreciate you guys following this. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm almost at 5,000. I'm hoping to hit that today when I release this video. That'll be a real exciting thing to hit that 5,000 my year 1 of making videos, and I appreciate your support, guys. I couldn't do it without you. You are the reasons why we are here. Appreciate watching smartmadden.com. Check out our website. Get one of our play call sheets. This gun tight offset tight end should be available hopefully by the weekend, because we're going to go ahead and break down the rest of this play and probably one other play and include the drive corner that we broke down in the Denver Broncos playbook. Again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, tell a friend. Peace, guys. Thank you.